Welcome! This video is going to include some important information about our course, how we're going to learn virtually, and a little bit about how we can earn college credit. So the first thing that you need to know is why you're taking Pre Calc. So let's see which situation describes you. You're a junior who plans to take calculus next year and you need to get ready. If this is you, I need to know. You will have some additional work to do to get ready for calculus next year, so you just need to let me know if that's you. You might be a senior who wants to earn college credit for this class, so you hopefully will never have to take another math class again. That's you, that's great, you're in the right place. Or maybe you're a senior who is heading into a tech school after graduation and you want to build your math skills. I've had several students like that in years past. That could be you. Or once again, you're a senior who plans to take calculus next year in college and you need to get ready. If that's you, you can also do the extra work that the juniors will be doing. Just let me know. Or you're a junior who wants to earn college credit for this class and hopes to earn college credit next year for AP Stats, which is an option. If you're going to go into the social sciences like psychology or sociology, you're going to need to take statistics in college, and you can get that college credit next year at North. We're lucky in that with quarters, we're going to see each other every day. Math is a language. That's always been one of the problems with block scheduling, that we were only doing math every other day unless you were doing your homework on the alternate days. So we're at a big advantage these 9 weeks in that we're going to be doing math every day, and that's the best way to learn math. There are going to be two places to access this class. You can either use Schoology or you can use our Pre Calc blog. The blog is what I use in normal times and non-pandemic times. And so I'll have it both places. There's the address. You need to go ahead and put that into your browser and save that website. The nice thing about having it in both places is sometimes Schoology would kind of have issues because everyone's on it. So you'll always have a place where you can access our lessons if you have both. Our virtual class format is going to look the same on most classes. On our assessment classes, it'll be looking a little different, but the majority of our classes will look like this. You'll click on your Zoom link and we're going to meet and get together. I'll take attendance. Then we're going to all switch to our video lesson. We'll take notes. We'll come back to Zoom, ask as a class, ask questions about the video. Sometimes there'll be a few, sometimes there won't be any. Then we'll switch over to Delta Math or another practice site. You'll work on your problem. So you can, during that time, you can just take your camera and slide it off so that you're still on Zoom, but nobody's staring at you working, because that would be weird, right? And you're going to draw a line after your notes and write down your work that you need to do for Delta Math after your notes on that same page. Sometimes with Delta Math, you might not need to write any notes. Like let's say we're just reviewing, graphing a line or something like that, and all your work is really done just with Delta Math. I understand that, but when there's necessary work to be shown, you need to show that to get credit. And then while you're working on Delta Math, you would pop back into Zoom, because I'm going to be here waiting for anybody to pop back in and ask me questions. Now, Delta Math is great in that if you miss a problem, you get a couple more chances to try it, and there's a video there, and there's an example there. But sometimes if you just have a quick question, it's best to jump in, ask me, I can answer it, and you can jump back to Delta Math. Then we're going to, I don't know. Let's see how the first few classes go, whether we're going to actually all pop in at the end of class. I'm thinking probably we will, in that last minute or two, just pop in, but we'll see how it goes. When you have completed your practice problems, whether that's at the end of class or later on that day if you didn't finish them, you need to go ahead and upload your notes and your practice work to the individual Google Drive folder that I'm going to share with you, if I haven't shared it with you already. And name that document, right? Lesson 1, if it's the first day, lesson 2, if it's the second day. That's how you get credit for your notes and your work. It's what I see. Well, it's two pieces, right? It's the work that I see in that Google folder that's yours, and it's your score obviously on Delta Math, right? Those two things. And so I'll wait till the next morning, because I know sometimes people process things a little bit slower and they want to take their time working, and that's cool. I don't look at it until the next morning, and that's when I'll update Infinite Campus with your score. And The notes and practice will count for 10% of your grade. So how will grades be calculated for this course? I just told you 10% for notes and practice and 90% for assessments. But this year, assessments are going to look different. They're not going to look like a big test that you write down on paper and pencil, right? And so we're going to have a lot of different ways to assess. I have some of those on the screen you can look through, and we'll talk more about that. I definitely, because I want to warn you so that you know this, I will definitely have some assessments be where you meet with me for maybe 2, 3, 5 minutes, and I ask you questions about process so that I can make sure you're understanding why we use things, when we use things, and how we use things, right? And so just be aware of that. It's not going to be scary. It's going to be great. I think we'll find some unique ways to assess your learning. Why do we assess? We're humans, and if we know that we're never going to be held accountable for doing something, then, we might let it slide. I mean, we're certainly going to brush our teeth because those accountabilities, consequences for not following through and brushing your teeth, like gross, right? But with school, we all need some outside accountability, and that's what assessments are about. All right, so you can earn college credit for this course through the University of Missouri at St. Louis, and we'll refer to that university as UMSL from here on out. You will be earning credit at North for Pre Calc, but you'll also have the opportunity to earn college credit for college algebra, which is our first semester. When we finish this first semester, this first 9 weeks, we will have covered the college course, college algebra. And you're like, well, Ms. Overby, why would I want to do that? So hold on, I got to grab a drink. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's imagine that you're going to Mizzou. Now, you're probably not. Some of you will. But I love the Mizzou website because when you get on it, it's like 300 plus degree choices. Find your major. And I don't know about you, but my experience with my past students has been that most people aren't sure exactly what they want to study in college. So it's a great idea to get on this website. You can browse majors by different interest areas, as you can see here. And the reason why you want to do this is you want to start your brain thinking. What are my strengths? What do I enjoy doing? Do any of those things match up with a college degree in a certain major? So do that at some point in time. We'll talk more about that later. But mainly when you do that, you'll notice that no matter what major you pick, every single major requires 2 years of general education. That's not only true at Mizzou, it's true at every university that you're going to go to. And part of those general education requirements at universities is to get a C minus, a grade of C minus or better in college algebra. That is why you want to go ahead and get this college credit while you're taking Pre-Calc at North. So there are other reasons to earn a college credit right now. Financial reasons are if you took the college algebra course at Mizzou, you're going to pay $1,080. If you take it now and get your credit through UMSL, it only will cost you $192. And I know, I feel like I'm an infomercial, I get no kickbacks from UMSL. This is something that I push really hard, and I push really hard because I have my own children. All 4 of them are in their 20s, and to take college algebra in college it's just more difficult. It's just a different experience because professors are not the same as high school teachers. You don't have that same relationship. They're not as nurturing, and it's a difficult course to take in college, especially getting used to things your freshman year. So I'm pushing this because this is a steal. If my kids had the opportunity to do this when they were in high school, that would have been awesome. It wasn't there for them during that time. The other thing, you're like, well, Ms. Overby, I'm not going to UMSL. Why am I going to take this college credit for this class? I'm not going to UMSL. And that's a common misconception. So here's the deal. Whatever university or college you land in, you transfer any college credits you've earned outside of that college to the university that you end up in. And so what will happen is at the end of this year, you'll have a UMSL transcript that will say, you earned an A in college algebra, and you transfer it to the college that you go to. Now, you want to make sure that the college that you end up going to accepts that credit. Over 90% of colleges and universities are going to accept it, and all state universities in Missouri will accept it. That's how Mizzou, University of Missouri at St. Louis, has designed it. So if you have a question like, well, I'm going to a design art school or I'm going to a liberal arts school, that's something that you'll want to talk about with me, and we'll talk more of picking up the phone and saying, hey, what do I need to do? Do I need college algebra for my major, for my degree? And or just get on the websites. I can do some hand holding there. I've helped students do that, but the majority of students will have this college algebra credit transferred to the college that they're going to go to. Okay, we can do this. It's going to be a different year and it is going to feel strange, but I want you to know that I'm doing everything I can to help on my side. I am very approachable, very flexible. Just reach out to me if you have any questions. We will revisit more about getting the college credit. I just wanted to intro that to you. All right, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you in class.